Okay, so we have this cylinder that's coming up through the roof, and it has a diameter of 4. And so the center of that circle is the origin. And so you can see that makes it cuts a circle through that roof. But if you slant that roof and give it a slope of 3/5, now what's happening? What is the shape you're getting now? Well, you have lengthened that axis when you tilt it up like that. You've lengthened that axis that we're looking at. That's horizontal right now. That is lengthened. It's becoming an ellipse in that direction. So um, we have to figure out what's the length of that major axis when we slant the roof like that. So hopefully that picture helps you see what we're talking about, that it cuts this particular shape in the roof when you slant the roof. Okay, so you know that you've got that ellipse that is being cut by the pipe, and you know that if the roof was flat, you'd have that circle with diameter 4. So that length, the diameter of the pipe is 4. The height, we don't know from there to the roof, but we know that the slope of the roof has a slope of 3/5. So rise over run is 3/5. So rise over run is h/4. So this is from point to point on the line, and that would be h/4. So 3/5 is the slope, which should be the same thing as h/4. That is the slope, rise over run. So 12 is equal to 5h, and so 12/5 is equal to that h. And so you know that the hypotenuse of that triangle is the major axis of the ellipse. That's what goes right through the center of that ellipse. And so we would use the Pythagorean theorem. You can say 4 squared plus 12/5 squared is equal to, I'll just call this m squared. And so 16 plus 144 over 25 is equal to m squared, and that is going to be 400 plus 144 over 25. It turns out to be about 4 square root of 34 over 5. Right, so that's the length of the major axis. Find the length of the minor axis. We can just come back here and look at what's going on here. So we have the roof being slanted like this, and major axis is here. And you can see that way that the major axis, that has been changed. It has been lengthened by the way the roof has been turned. But the minor axis, which is this way, hasn't been changed at all. You can slant the roof. It doesn't change the width here, which is your minor axis. So the slanting of that roof only affects the major axis. So the minor axis will still be 4.